That's exactly the point.
So I mean, you can make your own chicken and rice for about $1 a pound if you buy it on sale. So, and I'm hoping that over the years, we've helped educate you on how to read the labels. Susan Thixton from truthaboutpetfood.com, the phenomenal guest. We've had her on multiple times.
Those have been great interviews.
If you ever get a chance to hear Susan speak, I would strongly recommend it. She's going around the country and doing more and more of that. And I think that since she's been kicked off of the AFCO Pet Food Committee and Ingredients Committee, I think she's more vocal now because she doesn't even care if she makes them mad at this point. And I think everybody has, if you've been listening, I think you've figured out along the way that the fox is watching the hen house as far as the pet food companies go. And over the past 10 years that I've been involved with AFCO and going to meetings and really been involved in the raw feeding community, we are seeing changes, and the fastest growing group of feeders is the raw feeding. And I think that we definitely are seeing, and I think we will continue to see more and more pet food companies that are making, kind of farm-to-table meals, right, where you can actually see what the ingredients are. There's more companies that are making customized meals for pets and, getting veterinary nutritionists on board, which sometimes is good and sometimes is not as good. But I think that we are going to see this trend continue, and I think it's scaring the big pet food companies a little bit. I mean, they're still making billions of dollars,
and they always will, and that's fine. But there's a segment of society that will always head in that direction for convenience. You see them lined up at McDonald's every day around lunchtime, and that's okay. But for those of us that care and love our animals the way that Judy and I do, let's do the right thing.
Well, and, everybody has a different budget, and I understand that. But, if you are buying a pet food that costs 49 cents a pound, think about what you can get for 49 cents a pound. You can find chicken on sale for 49 cents a pound. Sure. You can, around Thanksgiving, you can get those free turkeys. Mm-hmm. You could buy some extra turkeys. You've got to have freezer space. There are expensive ways to do it, and there's cheap ways to do it. Hunters, Hugh's daughter lives down in Delaware. They've got 2 big German Shepherds, and they decided, after listening to me for years, that they would raw feed their dogs. So they've got a lot of friends who hunt, and they basically put the word out to everyone, and we were down at their house, and somebody drove by and dropped off a big bag
of deer meat.
Yeah, a big garbage bag full of deer meat and organs, and that's just really good stuff for our pets. And it was interesting. I was looking at that article in the Pet Industry magazine the other day where we were talking about insect-based food,
right?
And they were lamenting that we only use half of a cow, except that in pet food we can use a lot more than half of a cow.
Absolutely. There's no reason why a lot of the things that we as Americans, other parts of the world, they do a better job of eating the entire animal, but there's so much that's available there for our animals.
Well, I think because America economically is fairly well off compared to a lot of the world, and our population is not so huge that we're able to make meat in the quantities with confinement farming. Sure. But for instance, when I was in China, on the buffet table were large bowls of chicken feet. Mm-hmm. And you would never see that at a buffet here.
It's a delicacy in so many other places. We've become a little spoiled. We've become a little picky with what we will and will not eat.
Yeah,
and that's a shame.
I remember I was in China right after the Olympics, and one of the things that they were talking about in the Olympics was scorpion on a stick.
Oh, there you go.
How many people in America would say, "Hey, I'm going to go eat a scorpion"?
By the way, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not either. But it was interesting. One of the hotels we stayed at, I traveled with my office manager, Kathy, at the time. And we were staying in this, really nice hotel, and it overlooked, I think it was the Yangtze River. And there was a big market square down below us, and we said, and we had this beautiful balcony off our room. So we opened the wooden doors, and then we opened the glass doors, and we went out on the balcony, and the smell that hit us, oh my gosh. We said, well, we won't be spending any time out here.
It's all visual. It's not all a factory.
Oh my gosh. So, the smells coming up from the things that they were cooking, because there was a big food market down below. So the things that they were cooking, and then also the river itself.
Sure.
The river was so polluted, and you could all the trash just floating down the river, and it was brown and just disgusting. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that they're working on cleaning up some of those things, but a lot of it was the different food things that they were cooking. And when you're just walking, if you ever get a chance to go to China, by the way, those who are listening, or foreign countries where they do things very different from us, it is pretty interesting to see the different things that they cook and they eat, and you walk down those aisles. Mm-hmm. It's pretty amazing.
And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a different culture. It's a different perspective on things. And I tell you what, we talk about us Americans and what we will and will not eat, but let's talk about our American dogs. They will chow down on a lot of this stuff that we would turn our noses up to.
Well, sure. One of the things we buy for our dogs is ground chicken feet.
Right.
Exactly.
And they love it.
Makes perfect sense for them. It's full of natural glucosamine, chondroitin, and all that kind of stuff.
Tripe, oh my gosh.
Green tripe. Yeah, I'm not eating that, but in some European countries, tripe is a delicacy. So
Italy, strolling down the walk, there'd be tripe sandwich.
Really?
Carts, and the people there just absolutely love it.
Okay, not going there. All right, we need to take a break here from our sponsors. We'll be back in just a few moments. Stay tuned.
Interested in learning more? Visit Dr. Morgan's website at www.drjudymorgan.com, where you'll find detailed information about her blogs, a schedule of her upcoming speaking engagements, free information about integrative and holistic medicine, as well as an interactive forum where anyone can ask Dr. Morgan a question completely for free. Visit her website today to join the mailing list, where you'll find exclusive information and promotions only available to those select subscribers. Dr. Morgan is an accomplished author, having published several books about veterinary medicine and home cooking for your pets. You can find From Needles to Natural, detailing her journey from practicing traditional medicine to understanding the healing power of holistic practices today, on Amazon Prime, as well as What's for Dinner Dexter and Canine Kitchen Capers, which are two great recipe books that you'll find both delicious and entertaining. When it comes to our pets' health, you can never be too careful. We invest significant time in ensuring that they have long and happy lives, but it's important to invest the same dedication into our own longevity. The key active ingredient in Dr. Morgan's wellness formula, pure New Zealand deer antler velvet, is now available as a standalone human-grade product. Life Deer Antler Velvet is a whole food supplement rich in calcium and collagen to support healthy joints and strong bones. Our products prioritize purity, ethical harvesting, and quality sourcing above all else. Visit lifepurerecovery.com to learn more and order your first bottle today.
Tune into world-renowned author, speaker, and holistic veterinarian Dr. Judy Morgan, and now radio host of Dr. Judy Morgan's Naturally Healthy Pets on syndicated Dreamvisions 7 radio network every Monday and Tuesday, 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Not sure which vaccinations should be given or how often? Not sure which food is best for your individual pet? Find out the answers to your questions in this weekly show, where Dr. Judy interviews top experts and showcases the latest products that will help your pets stay naturally healthy.
Does your dog have bad breath? Tired of spending money on expensive dental procedures? Try out Dr. Morgan's Dental Drops today and save money while maintaining your pet's oral health. With New Zealand deer antler velvet as the primary ingredient, Dr. Morgan's Dental Drops are effective for treating stomatitis, gingivitis, and ulcers. You can purchase Dr. Morgan's dental drops directly from Amazon Prime or from her website, www.drjudymorgan.com. Dr. Morgan's Wellness Formula for dogs and cats provides multiple health benefits in one product. Made with all natural ingredients sourced from New Zealand, this supplement can be used routinely to maintain overall physical and mental well-being. This product is particularly beneficial for the maintenance of joint health, nerve and brain function, skin and coat health, immune function, gut health, and liver health. Find Dr. Morgan's Wellness Supplement today on Amazon Prime or at her website, drjudymorgan.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to Dr. Judy Morgan's Naturally Healthy Pets on Dreamvisions7radio.com, and today is our farewell show. My husband, Hugh Grant, and I were just discussing the niceties of all the different foods around the world, and I just realized as we went on the break that you're all listening to this at either breakfast or dinner, most likely. So sorry for the visuals.
So enjoy that meal.
Yeah, enjoy that. Put your eggs down. So the second pillar that we want to talk about is vaccinations. And I love my fellow veterinarians. I love my profession. But I have to tell you, I just said to Hugh yesterday that I would like to be a records reader. Mm-hmm. I would like to be a consultant where pet owners can send me their veterinary records and I can look through them and say, okay, well, here's where this should have been done differently. Here's where I would never recommend doing this. Did you know that, I've read records, the one of my famous ones that I've railed about many times is the dog that was getting the rabies vaccine every single year. And when I asked the owner why her dog was being vaccinated every single year, she said, oh, it's because it's a therapy dog. And so I looked up the group and I said, no, they go with whatever the law is. And I said, that's 3 years. So she called her vet, and the vet said, no, that's Texas law. And I looked it up. No, it wasn't. Texas goes with national law, which is every 3 years. And she called back again, and they said, oh, well, that's the county law. And so I looked that up and called her back and said, nope. And she called them, and they said, well, it's the city law. And I looked that up and called her back, and she called them back, and they said, well, that's just the way we do it.
And that, by the way, is the answer that they should have given
right
the
off
first time that she called. It would have saved everybody a whole lot of time. But going back to you wanting to be this record reader, what exactly caused that comment yesterday? The poor little cavalier that.
Oh yeah, well we'll talk about that one in section in the next section. So because I want to stick with the vaccines for right now.
Right.
So rabies vaccines, for the most part, folks, are good for 3 years. The very first one that your pet ever gets is good for 1 year. The second one and everyone thereafter is a 3-year vaccine. It doesn't matter if it's been 5 years since the first vaccine. Quite commonly, I see records where the pet was lapsed by just a couple of weeks past the 1-year date for that booster. And so the veterinarian said, oh, no, this is only a 1 year because you were lapsed and we have to start over again. And that is false, folks. That is absolutely false. So, you need to keep track and you need to ask for the records. And a lot of times if you ask for a printout, the first page of the printout from your veterinarian will have the reminders at the top of it. So it'll say when the last vaccines were given or the last heartworm test was done or the last lab work was done. And it will then in another column say reminder due when the next vaccine is due. So for the rabies, as long as they've had one in the past, the next rabies, you should always see a 3-year dating. Right. It shouldn't be 2. It shouldn't be 1. There's no such thing as a 2-year rabies vaccine. On the other core vaccines, distemper, hepatitis, parvovirus, those are good for a minimum of 3 years as well. So you don't want to see annual DAPP vaccine. You don't want your veterinarian giving it every 1 year, every 2 years. Frankly, the AVMA and AHA both state on their websites that vaccines should be given, the core vaccine should be given no more often than every 3 to 5 years. So they certainly do not need to be given every year. So you definitely want to ask about that, and I get emails really on a daily basis from people kind of stressing out about, what if I don't give it? My veterinarian says he'll get sick. Well, no, he won't, because we know that they're good for a minimum of 3 to 5 years.